I'm Kevin Casey. I'm a professional mixed martial arts fighter. And right now, what I'm about to do is issue a warning out to all other competitors.
I don't want overs. I just expect them to happen.
Fatty's gonna fatty is real.
Oh, give me fucking truth, baby! Come on! Let's go!
How have I been this successful in life?
Welcome to this week's edition of the MMA Analysis Podcast. First card of the year, first card of the Paramount era. The headliner that we thought was a fraud is a bit of a fraud. He's a tough bastard. Yeah, I don't know. It was good. It was good. I'm gonna be a contrarian asshole about my take about the main event. I guess I don't know how contrarian is. I just I'm gonna be a Debbie Downer. Because somebody has to be. So yeah, how we doing, Wes?
Pretty good. Had the old shot from up north down here. We got some good ice and snow, and I think like 2 weeks of below freezing temperature, so it's literally going nowhere. But yeah, a good reason to stay in the house and watch the sports and bet the sports. And I don't know if you're going to be the lone contrarian on the main event, because all I've seen about the main event this week is nothing but hate. You know what I'm saying? Like bar brawl and untechnical and all this and that. And like,
okay,
cool. I think that's what you're going to say. And that's true. It was like, I mean,
I just thought it was a beatdown for the most part. Like, it was as good a fight as it could have been, in my opinion, for entertainment.
It wasn't competitive whatsoever.
But like, people are hyped. Like, I have. If it's going to be a fight of the year contender,
so you're going contrarian that it's not the fight that you thought.
No, like people had fucking withdrawals, man. I know 6 weeks without UFC, people got excited about the fights. Just in that one, I thought Justin Gaethje smoked him other than a couple minutes. Like 80% of that, 85% of that fight was one-sided beatdown. And like, I know he, in those other moments, Patty was thrown back a bit. And I think what people were just surprised that Patty was still there.
A beating. Yeah,
and he was still punching. He wasn't just a punching bag. So, I mean, props to that. But yeah, like a fight of the year candidate has to be closer than what that was in I know there was a 48-47 card. I don't think that tells the story of this fight is what my take is.
Well, me personally, I haven't seen a lot of, maybe on the night people were like,
people were hyped. I mean, Anik, yeah, the fight of the year candidate.
Well, I mean, it's the first main event of the year.
I know.
Look, what I was hearing like on social media this week after that fight was not that it was necessarily a fight of the year candidate, that it wasn't even good. You know what I'm saying? That like it was a sloppy brawl, and like I'm more on your end that I don't think it was necessarily that, because Justin Gaethje's technique and shit was fine. I knew his game plan. He was walking forward, throwing bungalows on this guy that he didn't think could hurt him whatsoever. And he hit Gaethje clean 3, 4, 5 times in that fight. Once or twice you could see Gaethje kind of got, I don't want to say stunned, but kind of like stopped. And then kept walking forward. And if you're going to hit Gaethje like hard like that and you can't hurt him at all, Gaethje's chin gets hurt. He's just got some of the best recovery we've ever seen in MMA history. But like Patty hit him clean 4 or 5 times and couldn't even like slow him down. To that end, that was a bad fight. He beat the shit out of that kid. I mean, the wrestling was hilarious. Whenever Gaethje wanted to just put that kid on the mat, he did. Seeing pictures of Patty now, like this week, this dude looks like it's the fucking the Andre Berto pick with the 2 swollen eyes. Like this kid looks like he's got like the Berto eyes going on. Like Gaethje put a beating on that dude. What's so bad is like way too much too soon, man. Like Patty could still be okay. You can't throw that guy to the wolves like that. I know they wanted to like make
They
something
want
of
him.
him
I think
fast.
this was their best chance to get him a title, in my opinion.
Right.
And
If you
so
want it
they got to
right
take that
now,
shot.
yeah.
But you got to take that shot because it might never come then. Like he fights anybody really good in this division, he's going to get smoked. If he's not fighting 40-year-old men who are absolutely washed, he's going to struggle.
He
And
got
I think
hit a
that this was a
lot.
decent chance, and Gaethje was still good enough to put a beating on him. I think people are salty about this fight because one, Topuria is not fighting, who we want to see, who is the lightweight champ, and two, Arman isn't fighting in this fight.
Yep.
I think if that's what people are like, the people who want to see those two guys fight, I think are the salty ones that were downplaying.
We should still be
fight.
salty that even Illa's coming out now saying, I can't wait to fight Gage and all this. Fuck that, dude. There's a true number one guy. And dude, at this point, if like I get it's not apples to apples here, but if this was John Jones doing what Illa was doing with Arman right now, they would be duck. There'd be quack quack. Ariel Helwani would be going duck duck duck, like because he's clearly now like. I don't want to say he's ducking because the guy's great. I'm not taking
he's
that
not
away
ducking.
from him.
I think this is more on the UFC or either, they're partly, we'll say protecting Topuria. But I mean, he's also kind of a donkey. I mean, he fucking broke Dan Hooker's nose, but with that
that coming out this week is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's wild that didn't come out before that fight. Nobody really.
Well, we're going to talk about something else here soon, but it always goes back to fighter pay. Dan Hooker couldn't have that come out.
It's just wild that didn't leak though. Like, that's crazy. Like people talk about their injuries after the fight. I don't think anybody knew that he broke his nose until this week, until Dan Hooker said something. Like nobody leaked that shit. Like everybody would have known.
That guy's a different cat though. Like I truly think that Dan Hooker is already suffering from early fucking onset CTE. That guy's a different fucking cat. He's gone. But yeah, I mean, it's as far as that fight. Look, I saw all week that it was going to be Gaethje's wrestling that was going to fail him, and I kind of thought that was why like they thought Patty would have an edge on the mat and shit. And man, from the get go, you could see that he had advantages anywhere. It was bad. Patty's like. This is going to cost Patty going forward for a little while because his confidence has got to be shot. That's one thing a kid had, like supreme confidence that he could go all the shit he talked about Illa or to Illa, like thinking he truly had a chance. We all know now that like that's never going to be the case.
Yeah. Yeah, so sadly, I don't think we're gonna get Arman next. Because he's kind of on the shit list. Which I mean, it's not. The lucky thing is he's not old either. So like, I know we want to see him fight, but obviously that's not a realistic thing. So he can just beat up other guys. It's cool watching him fight. He's fucking good. So I know it's not gonna be for the title. I still want to see him get in there, and then hopefully one more fight, and then he can get a title shot. It's just unfortunately I don't think that's gonna be until 2027 likely.
I'm getting to the point too where I truly think that he might be the only dude that has a shot at that guy. And more and more, I'm also believing that I think he might be the shot at that guy. Cause even you're watching this guy go and do these wrestling, like that RFA and shit stuff. He is bodying dudes. Like if he gets a hold of Illa, it's a great fight. That is a great fucking fight, man. Holy shit, that's a great fight.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be happening.
Not going to happen. Not anytime soon.
Oh, fun times. Obviously, the one good women's fight that we could have watched this year got canceled, and so we had Sean O'Malley defeating Song Yadong in the co-main event. Wes, the question is it good enough to get him a title shot, and sooner rather than later?
I think it's always good enough for him if he wants it. Like he's one of those dudes now that the UFC like covet and want to push. Like, he has a following, whether you like it or not, or want to believe it or not. Sean O'Malley has a tremendous online following. So I don't know if is he next? I don't. That whole division is just wild, man. These lower weight divisions are all scrambled up, and so I don't know, but like off that performance, I mean, he looked okay. He did what he had to do. The third round was very good. Fight on the line. He went out there and took the fight, took the third round. It
could have just been an off night. He just wasn't throwing.
Yeah, the third round wasn't really off though. The third round was almost perfection.
It took him 2 rounds to get his shit together.
Yeah. And I think he knew that the fight was on the line in the third round too. He probably knew that those first 2 were split, and he smoked Dong in the third. Was nothing spectacular though. Like, I don't think O'Malley is the O'Malley that was just starching fucking Eddie Wineland and shit though. You know, he's up here in like the top 5 fighting these guys. Like, there's rarely finishes at 135 to begin with. So O'Malley's not going to smoke everybody. The third round was like great though. Like, he looked really good. I don't know if he gets a shot next, but 35 is just fucking tremendous, man. It's a great weight class.
So first, Song Yadong is just mid. He's just definition of mid. He's just good at stuff, not great at offense, and that's going to cost you.
If you don't get out of the way of his punches, he's got a chance to hurt you. If you can get out of the way of his plotting fucking power, like, what's he going to do?
If the UFC, your question is, how much do you have faith in Peter Yan winning a rematch against Merab? Because if you think that's sketchy, which I think it could be, because Merab is Merab, I think they make the O'Malley-Yan rematch, because I don't think they can risk Merab beating Yan, and then O'Malley's not going to fight Merab again. He got smoked worse the second time.
If you want to give him a chance at the title, it's almost like Patty. You have to do it now, because he has a small shot at beating Yan. I don't think he has any chance ever to beat Merab, ever. No. Just bad matchup.
Just a bad matchup. So I think they do it. I think they make Merab wait. They either offer him a fight or they just make him wait. I guess it's up to him. We'll see, though. Rest of the main card, Waldo Cortez Acosta takes out the one half of the consensus bet of the week. We had Derek Lewis by TKO, which wasn't even close. Turns out, if you're a heavyweight that won't just stand and bang and, is mobile, you can beat most fighters, especially Derek Lewis.
You can definitely beat Derek Lewis if you can do it and not like randomly run in with your chin down at one time in the fight.
Yep.
Because I've said it
a
for
lot
years.
Of do that shit.
The guy would get the shit beat out of him. They'd run in with their chin up one time in the entire fight and get clipped. Waldo never did that. Derek Lewis looked fucking dumb.
Bad.
He looked.
He needs a refund on those peptides.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they gave him, like, he might want to get that shit.
I think those were just downers or something. Because
they gave that dude fucking volume is what they gave him.
Natalia Silva defeats Rose Namajunas. Not sure about that. Jean Silva defeats Arnold Allen. That was a fun fight. Close fight. Mm-hmm. I think it's just one of those classic Arnold Allen performances. Good, not great. Yep. Wes, what do you got on those last two?
Rose got pretty robbed, I thought. There was a pretty general consensus on Twitter as well, and that's, you usually got people on both sides of an argument on it was a close fight. I'm not saying it wasn't close, but I thought that was close but clear rounds in that fight.
It's just you can't be mad if you're Rose doing what she did in the first round. Like,
I
can't be mad if you don't try in a round that you supposedly won. So it's tough. I bet Rose, that would have been a sweet cash plus 320 or whatever the fuck it was. It's just Rose just wasn't doing enough in the first to make sure that it was hers. It sucks.
Yeah, I get it. I just, I think she won that fight. Beyond that, I think there was, and looking now, there was some fouls in that fight that just aren't getting called.
She had to have eye surgery.
We literally have to start taking points for this shit and calling it and taking points immediately. Apparently, they went back and looked at it, and there were 3 eye pokes she took in that fight that are on tape. And she's literally got to have another fighter that's got to have eye surgery. And I could understand being upset. And I even watched that video. And she was like, I've literally never poked anybody in the eye one time in my career. All the rounds, all the fights that she has, never poked anybody once. And she gets poked 3 times in that fight and has to have surgery on her eye. So just even after not getting a decision there, out for who knows?
Wow. Yep.
Oh, and then I'm with you on Arnold Allen. Just good, not great. I like Arnold Allen as a fighter. He looked really good, and especially early, man. But Silva,
the big thing, Silva didn't fight like a donkey. He fought smart.
He does, but that's what he did before the Lopes fight.
Why did he get fucked in the Lopes fight?
I don't think the guy's so emotional. I truly think that he's so emotional. He let his emotions. He let his emotions take over him in that fight. He knew how big of a spot it was.
Brutal.
Because when he's in a fight like that and just lets the fight come to him like he did, Allen looked good early, but Silva let that fight come to him. That man is devastating, dude. Like a guy at 145, we don't see me. That dude's like devastation when he hits and touches people reminds me of Otto, like straight up. He will hit you with any limb and all of them fucking do damage. He reminds me so much of Otto in that fashion. That guy's good. I still believe that dude can be a champion in this sport.
He's fucking good, man. Rest of the card, Umar defeats a fat Figgy 30-27 across the board. Thought that Umar would do a lot more and try to make a statement in this division, and that obviously did not happen. Atiba Gauthier finally finds a non-Amazon worker, and
we sure about that?
I mean,
that
that might not be a bad job for some of these fighters. Yeah, I mean he's still young, he's still got tools, but he finally got tested. They keep putting him with strikers. He'll be fine. I don't think the UFC is going to test him anytime soon, which usually makes it fun. Krylov kind of turns back the clock a little bit. He didn't even wrestle. He just kind of just beat the modest Bukaki and then finishes with 3 seconds left. I kind of thought this way. Didn't bet it though. Of course, fat Alex Perez. Actually puts on a good performance. Still fucks it up by missing weight. This guy cannot get out of his own fucking way. Good on you for cashing that Perez win. Josh Hokit. What can you say about him? Seems like a decent heavyweight, which is not saying much in 2026. But Denzel Fairman is terrible. And then we got to see just caricature of a real cool person in that post-fight discussion. And then we had Ty Miller smoking Adam Fuggett. 1 second left. Wild to see fights get finished at the exact same time with 1 second left in the first round on the first 2 fights. Wes, anything on the prelims?
Yeah, real quick. Umar just didn't do enough. You can't perform like that. I will say that Figgy literally ran for most of that fight, but there were spots in that fight where Umar could have put on something on him, had him on the mat a couple times, and just didn't like go for it, and that looked really shitty. I think Goody needed a fight like that. I think that fight is going to be great for him over the next couple years. Yeah, Krylov. I'm not sure what happened to the old Modest. Like, if you told me he was going to get that fight against Krylov, I would have bet a lot of money on him. And he lost a fucking kickboxing match to fucking Nikita Krylov in 2026. Yeah, Alex Perez, nice underdog cash. But in Alex Perez fashion, the first time they're ever given 25K bonuses to anybody that gets a finish. Alex Perez gets a finish and doesn't get the bonus because he fucking misses weight.
UFC was pumped about that. They're like, yep, saving that money right there.
Yeah, it's another blackjack hand tonight for Dana. Yeah, Hokit is like a very good heavyweight. He's also a raging bigot, fucking racist white supremacist, and I hate that this sport has anything to do with guys like that. I don't give a fuck if you like that or not. Let people be and fucking stop trashing people that aren't like you. And then Tom Miller, who knows? Well, I guess we should talk about like our consensus and like my biggest bet that I had on this card.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah.
That,
Go ahead, Wes.
So like the Alex Hernandez Michael Johnson fight gets canceled on fight day. Look, obviously what happened was Alex Hernandez was coming into this fight injured. I think it was a hand. I think some people were saying maybe a rib. Either which way, the guy looked ripped and shredded on the scale. So he was obviously in shape, ready to fight. But this isn't, to me, this is nothing like the Dolgarian situation. Alex Hernandez was not there to throw a fight for somebody to win some money. What happened there was like, it got leaked by one of his coaches or something, I think fucked up and said something to somebody on a social media platform, Instagram or something. And it like got spread. And with the way betting is now and people share betting in all these chat groups and shit, word got around that Alex Hernandez was going into this fight with an injury. That does not mean Alex Hernandez was even going to lose that fight. All these people could have bet all this money and Alex Hernandez still could have won that fight. He wasn't there to throw a fight. He was probably very compromised going in here. And the line didn't like plummet on fight day like a fight was being thrown.
It got gradually go down.
Bet over the few days after that news leaked out that he was betting, people were betting on an injury. That does not mean though that you were gonna win that bet. Like Hernandez could have went in there and hit him with the opposite hand and knocked Michael Johnson out. Hernandez wasn't there to throw a fight. All that being said, though, they had to cancel that fight just in case. And it still comes back to, like I said earlier, it comes back to fighter pay. Hernandez would have never had to show up to that fight injured and trying to hide it and fight anyway if he made actual money and got compensated for when he got hurt and couldn't fucking fight. So it all comes back to the UFC saving money. I don't think Alex Hernandez was ever there to throw a fight, but injuries got leaked. It got bet on. I kept hitting Alex Hernandez when the line was changing, and I'm glad it got canceled. Not saying that the bet would have lost, though. You don't know if Alex Hernandez would have went out there and knocked Michael Johnson out anyway. Don't think he was there to throw a fight.
No, we just got a bad number.
Yeah.
Bad number and a slightly less chance of winning. But yeah, so it can never be easy. Quite the start.
Dana trying to act like he's like, well, we're canceling this because of integrity, and we can't see it. Integrity, my dick, motherfucker. Like, pay him.
I don't know if it's been proven or not, but there's somebody on Twitter saying that they were looking for a replacement fighter on Monday, so I think they knew what was going on.
And they were still going to let him walk in there until the betting lines changed and social media started talking about it. That is literally, they would have never canceled the fight anyway if it didn't start getting talked about on social media. Even the line was changing for days. We was talking about it the next day that the line was dropping, and they never canceled it then. Like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It was a great start to the Paramount. Had a little bit of everything. It was a perfect start to the.
I think they should make gambling illegal again. Like, straight up. I'm serious. I think they should make gambling illegal again. Make everybody go back to offshores. Like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, it still happens though. I mean,
yeah.
Stuff like this. I mean, even the Francis versus Gone fight, that line, it obviously didn't move, $3, but it definitely moved a bunch, and especially with the limits that would have been on a main event like that. Obviously,
people have been betting on injuries for 50 years, 100 years in boxing. Like, people have been betting on injuries. It happens. We need to get it out of the Dolgarian shit. We don't need dudes going in there throwing fights. But when you bet this shit, we have seen more dumb shit happen in MMA to lose you a bet. And this was before any of this are they throwing the integrity odds? You can lose bets in MMA in so many dumb ways. I mean, John Jones literally half ripped his toe off in the cage.
He would have been fucked if
should have probably been straight up.
Survives, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can lose bets so many dumb ways in MMA that, like, as long as dudes ain't in there throwing fights, you're gonna have to almost put into your handicap. And is this guy injured? We look at scales, like we all watch weigh-ins and see, like, this is just a different sport. I mean, a guy literally walked off the scale Friday and did a face plant on the fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have not been shocked if the UFC let that fight. Sometimes they let fights like that. Was the fucking Brian Ortega just did that, and they let the fight go on, and he won.
Didn't do it in front of everybody, though. That's the difference.
Exactly. Like, I've had my money on 2 guys that have literally fainted off this scale in the past 8 months. I won one, the other one got canceled. Like, you never know. This shit is so dumb, man.
That video of Bisping is like the purest Curb Your Enthusiasm moment for the UFC. Like, you could just see that being something that would happen.
He should have
on
like
Curb. That was amazing.
That should be a UFC shaped boot, like in his mouth, as he's saying, you gotta make weight and show up. And these soft, like all this shit, those 2 dudes were sitting there talking, and guy literally face plants behind him. Like, Larry David couldn't even write that script. That shit was fucking perfect.
Amazing. Back-to-back weeks for a numbered events. Yes, technically
2 things are not the same.
Yeah, technically they're starting the Paramount deal with 2 numbered events. This would have been a very tough pay-per-view sell in my opinion, this card, but guess what? Nobody's paying for it, So we shall enjoy a couple good fights, and we shall watch the rest.
I'm with what Ozzy says. I don't think any sport outside of NFL, they would have far less viewers if it wasn't for gambling. Absolutely. Anything outside the NFL, like people watch that shit no matter what. Everything else, definitely UFC. Yep. There would be far less viewer. I would watch less fights if I couldn't gamble on them. And I'm as diehard as they get. Like,
I mean, you gotta do that if you're gonna put in the hours that the UFC requests with their.
I'm watching some dude named Khan from Australia fight on Saturday afternoon. Like, I gotta have money on shit.
Amazing. We start off with 4 Road to the UFC Season 4 tournament finals. They did 4 different weight classes. We're not going to talk about them. We're not going to make fun of their names. It's not important enough. Unfortunately, I think we are going to have them in Toutmaster. I just looked up, Wes, and we've always had the road to the UFC finals are always on UFC cards, and we have always had them.
Seriously?
Toutmaster, so enjoy flipping some coins. That's the Toutmaster experience. The quality of the UFC cards, as it goes down, we're still picking these fights, even if it is below the bare bottom.
Yeah, you're right, because these are numbered on the card. Yeah, these are on the card.
So yeah, listen to our friend Dan Tom. He probably has seen these people fight, and
if he hasn't, he's watching tape on them to actually see them fight.
So our friend Dan Tom is very good at breaking down fights. So I would listen or read what he has to say about these, because I don't think anybody else really gives a shit. That takes us to the featherweight division. As you mentioned, the con man, Con Offley, he's fighting Yizza, which I don't remember this man. Was he in the Wu-Tang?
No.
Did not think so.
Chinese Wu-Tang? Maybe.
You never know. What do you got in this one, Wes?
No, not much of anything. Yeah, I faded some Khan his first couple fights coming off of Tough. Tried to fade him again against Ricardo Ramos. I had a big bet on Ricardo Ramos in that fight, like a fucking moron, because it's Ricardo Ramos, and in prime fashion, he goes out and gets choked out by a dude that had lost 2 in a row in hilarious fashion. And he gets choked out in the first round with a standing fucking back choke. I think the Yizza goes out here and knocks out fucking Khan awfully, but I just can't do it. I'm not taking that chance again. Is he gonna grab another sub? Who knows, dude? I just the Yizza's like a 2-1 fave here, traveling from wherever to go to Australia. So gonna be the pick and Tout Master, but I'm gonna pass on a bit.
It's a tough one. Awfully, fought 2 pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, one's possibly really good. The other one is decent. Lost to those guys, of course, got knocked out by Myron Santos, but close fight against Namoff. And then shame on you, Wes, for betting Ricardo Ramos in fucking 2025.
Mm-hmm. You told me too.
He is so bad now. And yeah, awfully did what you should do against a fighter of that caliber. I don't know how good this Yizza is. It was amazing watching him do bad things to Weston Wilson, which is what everybody does, unless you're one guy in the UFC who should be ashamed of himself. I'll pick the Yizza to KO him, but I don't want to bet these things.
Hey, you should be proud of me. I literally did not bet every fight on the first card of the year.
When's the last time that has to happen? Or are you just throwing just like $10-20 on these fucking random ass fights? Or you putting down real bets?
I bet every fight, but I didn't put that, my real bets that I tracked and everything. Yeah. I think I had like 7 or 8 bets on the card.
So these non-real bets, are we talking like a quarter your real bets?
Quarter, 25. Yeah, okay. 20. Okay. Well, I mean, if I'm usually 100 a unit, but I had a couple hundred on
you're 100 a unit, and then all of a sudden on certain fights you just keep adding and adding. Well,
yeah, I can't but see, like how my shit's tracked too is like everything's tracked before the shit starts. If the lines are still moving during like her name or the way Volk is going, I'm going to end up having, we'll talk about it. I might have fucking a couple grand by the time we get this fight the way it's going.
Oh, that's always fun when you do that. Next up, welterweight division, Jonathan McAuliffe, Oban Elliott. Wes, what's going to happen here?
Man, I got no clue because how good is this McAuliffe guy? Like, is that an okay win against the old Jesuit? But he goes 15. He easy decision win. But like that's almost a year ago now. He fought like nobody before then. I mean, he lost to a guy named fucking Bates in the Hex fight, not just a couple years back, a year and a half ago. So like Oban, on the other hand, man, I think has fought decent competition in the UFC. I think he's got really good stand-up. Is this McAuliffe guy gonna take him down? Like Oban can be like laid upon, and that's my worry. Or I would be betting Oban in this spot at a dog price because I think if he can keep this up, his hands are way better. Fought a way better competition. Has been in the UFC. Been on some pretty big cards over in Australia. So I want to take a small shot on Oban here. I'm going to watch the line because it's creeping up in some spots. We're hitting like almost some plus 120 in spots. So maybe if the line creeps a little more, be a small bet on Oban. But he's definitely the pick here for me.
Yeah, like I think Oban can be out-grappled. I'm not sure if McAuliffe is just going to
I don't either.
stick to that game plan. He's got a 5-inch reach advantage, southpaw versus orthodox. I don't know. He might just strike it out with him. So I don't know. I will pick McAuliffe, but I don't. It's a close fight. That's the line says it's a close fight. I agree. The amazing middleweight division. Jacob Malkoun taking on Torres Finney. Wes, how bad is this fight going to be?
I think this could get like really sloppily stupid. Like these are like.
Are they just going to cancel out and we're going to see shitty kickboxing?
Yeah,
what's going to happen?
I think that's probably what's going to happen. And these
amazing.
This is the product now, man. Like these guys belong nowhere near the fucking like quote unquote top organization in the MMA world. But also Jacob Malkoun is almost a -150 favorite to a guy on the UFC roster. There was a time when guys were taking shots on Malkoun at +400 and shit. Now he is -150 against a guy in the UFC. I think Shaun kind of hit it. I think Malkoun wants takedowns. He wants to lay on top of somebody and do a bunch of nothing. But Finney is like, he's got decent takedown defense. He usually keeps most of his fights up and does sloppy fucking dumb kickboxing. And in that realm, I lean Finney, honestly. If I know this fight is going to stay on the feet, I lean Finney in that situation. But I'm not betting fucking Finney. If you're betting fucking Jacob Malkoun at -150 as a favorite in 2026, good fucking luck to you. I'm gonna pick Torres Finney, but I'm gonna pass on this fight. Nothing for me.
I just have to think that Malkoun's stand-up is going to be a little bit better. It has to be.
It might.
Like, I know it's not going to be good, but I mean, you know, he stood a bit with Petrosky, who's not amazing or anything.
He did clock Petrosky.
Yeah,
like that guy sucks on the face.
I know he does.
He got Petrosky too after he just absolutely gassed out for some fucking reason too. Like Petrosky looked horrible in that fight.
Yep. I still think Malkoun's striking is just going to be a hair better, and I do think Malkoun could be the one that gets takedowns, or they might, swap takedowns. It's a close fight. I'll probably pick Malkoun, but I can't blame you, Wes, if you end up taking the dog.
I'm not putting money on it. Look at Malkoun, the guys that he's fought though. Like that guy's actually fought some okay fighters.
Yeah,
in this
Allen,
world.
Fucking Brendan Allen. That's
he fought Hogg in 4, 5, 6 years ago though when that guy was like
murdered by
I'm just saying he fought him. He fought Alisson. He fought Brendan Allen. Like he's fought some decent.
The Brendan Allen one is the one that obviously ages very well. That was obviously 3.5 years ago, but Allen's got a lot better. But even the way he made an account of himself there, I think is why I give him the edge in this fight.
Yep.
All right. Why is Cody Bumditch higher than the guy? I mean, I guess it was fucking whatever. He beat him. Fucking DQ, whatever. That's fucking garbage. The Bumditch is taking on Cam Rouston. The bum is going to show his ass, is he not, Wes?
Yeah, I don't know how good this Cam Rouston guy is, but I gotta believe that he's gonna put a smoking on Cody Brundage. We know Brundage at some point is gonna pull guard and try to get this guy on top of him, and then try to work some kind of stupid sub, and he's just gonna probably get grounded, pounded to death. Is kind of how I see this fight going. So, yeah, I like Roaston, but man, he is fucking. What is he now? A -370, 360 favorite. should absolutely win this fight, but I'm not taking chalk on guys that are second, third UFC fight halfway around the world fighting the Cody Brundages of the world.
That's fair. Yeah, like Ralston got taken down by Finney a fuck ton.
What do you think about the over?
I'm just terrified.
It's a 1.5.
I'm just terrified that he is going to absolutely just destruct Cody Bumditch in no time flat. That's obviously my concern. What's the price?
Because Brundage is like, he's bad, but he won't like quit. Brundage will take a little bit of a beating. I don't know if it matters. I think it might just be too much. It won't matter anyway, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just guessing, and I'm not doing those bets this year. I'm not doing it. I won't say guessing. I got to lean, but I'm not gonna bet those leans this year. I'm not doing it.
Take some restraint. I commend you, Wesley. I don't have much to say. I think Ralston gets it done, whether it goes over, 7.5 minutes. Like Wes said, Bumditch sometimes can take a bit of a beating. I mean, he went over 2 rounds against Abdul Malik, who we think pretty highly of. So maybe he extends this, but eventually he's getting fucked up. Oh, the amazing. Oh, just back-to-back bangers. We go from middleweight to light heavyweight. We are in one.
It's just a numbered event, bro. What the fuck?
Junior Taffa, yes, he is still fighting for the UFC. Is fighting Billy Elicana. Wes, what do we have ourselves here?
Yeah, look, I think Elicana wins this fight. I think he's the better fighter, but there's just times when Junior Taffa will land something. You know what I'm saying? And I just when has he landed? When I mean against Sean Sharaf, he landed a couple back. I mean, then a couple back from that. Like there's been some times he's landed a Parker, but he lands a shot. I know Alicana is definitely the better fighter, younger, up and coming dude. He should win this fight. I mean, I guess if you think that you're getting him at -250, that's a really good price. If you think Junior Taffa is that bad, this is a good price on Alicana. So I want to bet the over 1.5 here. I don't know if Junior Taffa is going to quit, because that guy will find a way out of a fight. I want to bet it because Alicana is just the slowest starter you've ever seen in your life. There's sometimes that guy will dance around for the full first round and throw a few jabs, get used to the fight, let it kind of come to him. He's just such a slow starter. I think this probably gets to the second round, but man, at that point, I watched Junior Taffa literally say "fuck this" and get out of there. So I'm not going to take the over, but it's another spot where I like this one way more than the last one, but probably another pass for me. I think Alicana wins this fight though. If you really like Alicana in this spot though, that's a really good price on him, I think.
Yeah, this is a rough card to bet. I might
it's horrible.
I might be laying -250 on fucking Billy Elicana.
You about to parlay him and fucking Ralston already. Look at him.
Oh my god. Chalk, man. Chalk so far.
Hey, they hit. What was it last year? What was the chalk hit last year? Almost 70?
Yeah.
68?
68, something like that.
Something like it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. The books and people who bet these things know sometimes they might win close, even if they're a big favorite, but they, for the most part, win. Oh, that's amazing. Well, a little bit of a palate cleanser. This should be a fun one. Lightweight division, of course, because that's where good fights there and below happen. We got Quillen Salkid gonna murder Jamie Malarkey. Wes, how long is it gonna take?
Yeah, look, I gave the old Saul kid the guy to watch out for in this division this year. Look, knocking out the Jubilee, don't put much stock in that. Ghost 15 with the Yowzer. Great fighter, one of the best ever to come out of the great state of the great country of, or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves now, of Israel. Only say good things about them. But look, it was kind of a shot in the dark, and I never say like lucky punch or lucky strike, because you still got to pull off the technique and land it. But knocking out fucking Hasparat is legitimate. Like, I know it's one of those flash head kicks, but he put that man out for like 5 minutes. Like they was ready to stretcher that man out of there. That's for real. I know Malarkey can get clipped and hit. I'm talking myself out of it now. Like, I was looking at Fight Starts Round 2. It is like some plus money. I just, this fight being where it's at, solid kid over there in front of his home crowd and shit. He's probably gonna fuck up Jamie Malarkey pretty quick. I was trying to just talk myself into Malarkey's been tough in spots, but all the other narrative shit around the fight of the crowd and yeah, probably nothing for me here. Solid kid's minus 900. He's gonna get Malarkey out of there. I don't want to bet solid kid round 1 KO. I lean more this fight gets into round 2, but you're flipping a coin at that point. So solid kid's a pick, just no bet.
That's fair on a minus 900. Let's look at
what is he round KO?
Say that again, sorry.
What is solid kid round 1 inside the distance or round 1 KO?
It's not gonna be good.
Can't be.
It's round 1 is even money. Plus 120 at one book, 123, but you're generally around even money. I think it's tough to bank on your fighter to finish in round 1, even against a Jamie Malarkey.
It's
yeah. Let's see. Let's look at Jamie Malarkey's last 4 losses. KO1 Hoofy, KO1 Hackbrast, doesn't finish anybody. KO2 Nameoff, who not a big finisher, and then Jalen Turner KO2. I mean, Jalen Turner's a finisher, but yeah, when he loses, he gets knocked the fuck out, and sometimes it happens in the second round, sometimes it happens in the first. More often than not, it does go under 1.5, but yeah, that's a tough one.
What's the total in that fight?
Oh, it's
a juiced 1.5.
Juiced 1.5. So I mean,
yep.
You go the contrarian route a bit. You just praying for Malarkey to go 7.5 minutes.
Nah.
Which like you said, Sol Kid, and he's done what he's done against the terrible Jubilee. Ashmouth is not very good, and he, took him down a bunch. And then the KO on Hackbrast is very nice. So the over 1.5 is what I would play, but I'm not banking on Malarkey surviving. So I'll obviously pick Sol Kid to get it done, and hopefully it's a little bit later in the fight for whoever plays that. And then on to more amazing fighters. Heavyweight division, Tai Tuivasa. Yes, he is back. He somehow is going to make weight. At one point, I thought I saw him and he looked like he was about 340. Allegedly is going to make 265 against the guy that got knocked the fuck out by the Black Beast.
At least got us a great cash for his. And a great post fight.
that was a very good highlight of 2025. One of the good highlights of the year was that one. Amazing. Yeah, this is going to be heavyweight. Wes, you gonna throw some cash on a former 350-pound guy coming off the couch, or the guy who got knocked the fuck out by a Black Beast?
I mean, Tuivasa has lost 5 in a row. Do we ever think this guy is up for a fight? Like, ever? He's gonna go out there and
he's got the hunger, Wes. He got the hunger.
He's got the hunger for something.
He retired. He he filled that hunger with lots of food, and now he has decided to fill that hunger with punches in the face.
I mean, he's got a hunger for drinking a liquid substance with somebody's foot fungus all over it. Look, I think Teixeira is probably still okay for heavyweight. He's still like a tall guy, heavyweight, man. And Tuivasa is going to throw bungalows until you knock his ass out. So is one of those bungalows going to land? I highly doubt it. I think he'll swing until he gasses himself out like usual. And then Teixeira will eventually get him out of there. But, I mean, there is like some serious plus money on this fight getting into round 2. And say what you will about old Tuivasa, like that guy will catch bungalows and keep swinging until you dead his ass. Are we sure this fucking tall, lanky motherfucker can just dead Tai Tuivasa, whose body and brain is so full of fucking weed, fucking beer, and cheeseburgers at this point? I'm probably going to take some of the fight starts round 2. I think there's some plus 135 out there. More of a narrative bet straight up. But we've seen Tuivasa over and over. I mean, you got to literally like crack this dude dead to stop him, or he'll go into the second round and keep swinging and gas, and then he eventually gets taken out. So, I mean, went into the second and losses. Well, he beat Derek Lewis. He went into the second. Sakai into the second. Cyril Gane into the second. Volkov into the second. Rosenstruck he went fucking 15 with, and that was in his last fight. So, not total narrative. I think Tuivasa can definitely see the second round here. So yeah, I like fight starts round 2 at some decent plus money.
Yeah. I think you gotta play fatties in this. Like, at least round starts round 2. I think you gotta play a little bit over 1.5. If you think Taliesin Teixeira is gonna win, and we like to go a couple rounds over 1.5, and Teixeira same game parlay plus 300. I mean, it's interesting.
You're getting a true fatties, and there's some plus 225 out there on a true fatties in a Tai Tuivasa fight.
Yeah,
like that guy always goes fucking time in fights, man. Like, what is it? 8 times out of 10, that guy goes into the second round and shit. Like, that's a crazy line on a 1.5, man. Teixeira is not some crazy finisher either. He's finished some serious fucking bums.
I just don't think we know what Taliesin Teixeira is. Like,
no,
yay, you beat the fuck out of Justin Tafa. Woo!
Yeah.
And you smoked a guy on Contender Series, and then you got a giant step up and got smoked by Black Beast. I mean, after getting smoked like that against Black Beast, do we see a more reserved Teixeira kind of try to use his length?
Yep.
I think the narrative is this goes a couple minutes. So yeah, I'll be looking to bet that's for sure. Now we're on to good fights for the most part. Yeah, pretty good fights. All in the lower weight divisions. So that's why they're good. Lightweight, Rafael Fiziev is taking on a hoofy that got exposed, but they know better. Unless we get to see some NCAA Fiziev, which we did see a little bit last time. Wes, what's going to happen here?
Yeah, I just saw that Fiziev interview pop up on my timeline today, and I literally thought I was seeing. I thought somebody posted the JD Vance fucking meme again, because that dude with the curl going, he does. Somebody said to me, it looks like the Vance meme on Ozempic. Like, yeah, he's like definitely better weight there. I still don't know what to think of Hoofy, man. I really like the guy. We saw him, doing the business on guys, but then when you look at it a little closer, who's the guys he's doing the business on. It's Malarkey, who we just went through, gets, destroyed by everybody. James fucking Lomtov, and who he was getting hit a little bit in their fight. And then he gets Bobby Green. And then the first like legitimate dude he comes up against and faces some pushback and some resistance, he fucking crumbled in that fight. And I think that's kind of what he's getting here, man. Like Fiziev is still very, very good, man. Went to a close one with Gaethje the first time. Gaethje got him the second time, but his level of competition has been crazy in his UFC run. Shaun just mentioned the wrestling last time out. If he wants that, that's there for him. I just think Hoofy's got to pull off the spectacular to win this fight. And when have we really seen anybody pull off something like completely spectacular against Fiziev? Like never. That guy's like his
very first fight, which still doesn't fucking make sense when he got spinning back kicked by Mustafayev.
Yep.
And then that was fucking obviously
he's
fuck. And then he's absolutely fucking durable.
Yeah, one of the most durable guys you will see down at this weight class. So I think like just all of that is in his favor in this fight. I still think Hoofy's kind of that. Can he pull off the spectacular on somebody? If not, if he gets resistance, then what's his plan B? I'm not sure Hoofy still has a plan B in this sport. So, I like Fiziev here. He's starting to click over to a dog price, and I think that's kind of wild. I still think Fiziev is a very, very good fighter, one of the best in this division, and I still have my doubts about the quality of Hoofy. So I'm gonna be putting a bet on Fizzy Pop.
Fiziev has fought Justin Gaethje for 6 rounds and has only been outstruck by a total of 10 strikes in two fights, and he only got dropped once in those fights.
One of the highest output guys in that division.
Yeah. Obviously that was a weird fight with Gamrot. I was very interested in that fight if what happened didn't happen. Fiziev come back, fights a tough fighter.
Decent.
Awkward.
He's very decent. Yeah.
Yeah, he's super tall for the division. He's long. And Fizzy was able to, mix it up and win a pretty one-sided decision. And like you, I don't know what Hoofy is. Obviously, he's, done some really cool shit. But like you said, he got outstruck by James Lontop. And that was only like 15 months ago. So I think Fiziev is good here. I think he can win in a lot more ways than Hoofy. I think if Hoofy needs to land something big, because I think for the most part, Fiziev's going to outstrike him. Numbers wise, might not be power wise, but I think the volume is going to be enough. And I think that Fiziev is going to be able to switch it up and grapple a bit if he wants to. Obviously, BSD got Hoofy down and absolutely demoralized him. So I know Fiziev is not BSD, but he's got some interesting takedowns. He's working on his game even at his age. So I like him too. I'm gonna have a decent bet on the old Fizzy Pop.
Are we not gonna? We're not gonna mush.
That will make that the consensus bet of the week. Okay. Me and Wes and I are in agreement. We both like Fiziev. We may like somebody better, but we don't want to put that on him. So we are taking Rafael Fiziev. We're gonna go with plus 100 for the consensus bet of the week.
Oh Lord, we lost our shot tonight on an empty net goal.
We did with 2 minutes left.
Oh my God. I'm just checking scores and shit. Oh my Lord.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah, it happens.
That's the joys of playing unders. If you wanted it easy, you could lose a bunch of overs.
No, I'm more aggravated, but I'm more aggravated by last night. Literally, like every now and then I randomly do it, and I parlayed them all because there were 6 last night. Yep. We go 5-1. One dude stops me from having an 80-1 parlay on your shots last night. I just put $10 on it, but literally that's $800 fucking dollars last night.
Yeah, that would have been nice to have.
Yeah. Very nice. The 5-1 night was fucking excellent, but like to have a nice little 80
to get that close, and the way that it loses is not enjoyable. Co-main event, Dan Hooker, BSD. This should be fun for however long it lasts. If it goes longer, it's going to be extra fun. Wes?
Yeah, it's a very intriguing fight, man. My first instinct here was I feel like they're disrespecting Dan Hooker a little bit here. I get BSD what his game plan here is going to be, and if he can implement his game plan here and fight how he wants to, how he should and needs to, he could very well win this fight, pretty easily and look like a minus 350 favorite. One, does the guy ever do what the fuck he should be doing in a fight? No, not usually, not until he gets cracked 4 or 5 times. 2, he gets cracked all the time in fights, man. And if Dan Hooker is cracking you, he is hurting you. Dude still hits with major power. Look, I just think if BSD can't get like some consistent takedowns in this fight, I think he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. And I kind of question, like, is he going to consistently even go for those takedowns until he's already taken some damage? And I mean, we've seen BSD take some damage before too and not be able to come back from it because the damage added up very, very fast on him. So, man, at plus 285 right out there right now, 3-1, I think this is almost a spot you have to take a small shot on Dan Hooker here. Like, I don't think the guy's beyond washed, and I just don't think BSD's the guy that he's got to worry about like cracking him and fucking rattling his brain in this fight. BSD's best out here is to grapple and grind and try to get a decision or do damage on the mat. I'm not sure that happens. And if I can get some kickboxing time with Dan Hooker at 3-1 against a guy I've seen take like bad damage against fucking Maikano, yeah, I think that's a spot I got to take a small shot in. So I'm going to be on some Dan Hooker here, some plus 285 right now, but it's going up. So this is one that I feel like people are going to be parlaying BSD. So I would wait maybe till Friday after weigh-ins and see if it's looking like we get up over 3-1.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster with me with old BSD.
Yeah.
I obviously loved what I saw with him for, the early part of his UFC career. I bet him against Poirier, and the crazy thing is he wasn't that far away from disposing Poirier, and then who knows what his career looks like. I'm assuming he just kind of delayed getting exposed once he meet the elite of the division. Goes out there against Moicano. Pretty sure I bet him there. And obviously makes an absolute brain dead mistake and just is on the bottom and gets absolutely fucked up by Moicano. And then he's got his three fight win streak. 103. I think the only one that he looked very good in is Hoofy. Because against the prophylactic, yeah, he won. He did what he was supposed to, but it looked fucking ugly against a bad fighter. He did what he was supposed to against Hoofy. Pretty sure I bet him in that fight. And then against Dariush, and I don't know if it's something where he's just like, I trust my chin more than Dariush, and we're just gonna fucking swang and bang. Because he did get tagged a couple times before he put Dariush away. Of course, he's gonna win that chin battle, but I wouldn't do that against Dan Hooker because you don't want to just throw wildly against a guy that actually is a pretty technical fighter. Dan Hooker's been in there with the best of them. Obviously, he got destroyed by Armin. No shame in that. But showed a lot in the previous 3 fights. The concern, obviously, is he's been in a lot of wars, and he is getting up there in this weight division and just in fight years. I just think he's the better fighter. I think he's the more worn fighter, but he's a better all-around fighter. I think I'm gonna have to put a small bet on a big dog in Dan Hooker. And it might be one of those ones where, just like last week, we had a bunch of big dogs that were close to cashing the upset. That might happen here because Dan Hooker's a tough bastard. So I'm not sure BSD gets him out of there. And then we're going to see what BSD's gas tank looks like against a guy that can probably later stuff some takedowns and throw some shit on the feet. So I like him. Plus 285 right now. Yep. I'm gonna have small. Got small.
Mm-hmm.
Main event. It's definitely not what people wanted for the most part. I don't know. If
Our boy Dan Tom was begging for this rematch.
You know, he loves his rematches. I mean, how could you not? Yeah, this was unnecessary. I think Lopes needed one more fight to get another shot. But this is the era that we're living in with the UFC. So he gets a title shot instead of two guys that haven't got a shot that are much more deserving. But Volk hasn't fought anybody since he beat Lopes. Yeah, interesting fight. I guess. Wes, what do you think?
I mean, I'm fine with Volk like taking some time, and it not a ton of time, but like 10 months, 9 months, like that's fine. The guy was fighting a ton and coming off two really, really bad losses. Yeah, this is going to be one of my first kind of shoving some chips in fights for me. I'm on Volk here. I don't know what drastically changes from the first fight outside of I do think Lopes will, fight a little bit more aggressively, a little bit more offensively thinking, but I'm not sure that's going to matter. Like if you don't think Volk is like not fallen off fairly substantially since the last time they fought, I'm not sure what case you really make for Lopes here that he's just going to bonk him one time and completely knock out Volk, because if that's not going to happen, like Volkanovski's the better fighter here. Stand-up's better. He can grapple when he wants. He can he gets in any kind of trouble on the feet. He can absolutely go take down and just get on top of Lopes for whenever and however long he wants to. I know Lopes did have a great win against John Silva, but I think there's some things to pick apart in that fight that, like, I make more excuses for Silva. I guess I'm a big believer in Silva, but Silva fought a horrible fight, gave Lopes every opportunity to beat him in that fight, and props to Lopes, he did and earned himself another title shot. But I feel like this is just way too quick, too soon again. Like, I don't think Lopes is got any drastically better since the last time. And I think Volkanovski is still an all-time great in this sport. I don't see much of a fall off in 9 months coming off the last time they fought. So you're getting Volkanovski here at a discount price that I think it's kind of wild. I guess he was around this price last time against Lopes, but we're getting this in hindsight of the last time they just fought, and he's just like 10 cents cheaper. I'm in pretty big on Volk around minus 145. I'm in at like 146. It's coming down. It's 142 now. I'm going back in at 142. So I will have a few units on Volkanovski in this fight. I'm shoving some chips in.
Let's go. Yeah, I agree. I guess the thought is if you're betting or like Lopes in this fight, you assume that he's going to throw more. You're going to assume he's going to hit Volk more because he had a fucking hell of a time touching Volk in the first one. Landed at like a 32% striking. That is terrible. And I think
he'll definitely improve from that.
He's going to have no doubt about that. I mean, he did catch Volk once when he did throw, so that is concerning. And Volk is another year almost older. So I mean, there are some concerns, of course. I think it's just shitty that Volk is fighting this dude back to back, like especially when he, did very well against him the first time. So it just seems like a waste. But as we said,
dude, it's
UFC,
definitely too quick, man. Yeah, too quick to run this back.
Yep. But I mean, I did bet Lopes TKO in the first fight. Thought he could get him. He almost did, I guess, but he really did not give himself much of a chance to land anymore. I just think Volk he's a great fighter. And against just two of the greatest maybe of all time, if the one continues to fight. But just unbelievable fighters. And then he's still back, man. He went out there and did this thing against Lopes, and he's a very intelligent fighter. I think if somebody can really hone in on what he needs to do in a rematch, when he's not coming off a KO, against an elite fighter, I think he can do what he kind of wants in there. Just gotta watch for the bomb, which is tough, but I actually bet this when this opened, when they announced this fight. I took it at -155, so got a bad number. I really thought that this would get closer to -200, but shows what I know. I put 3 units on it, so I very much think Volk is the side here. I guess if he gets bonked, he gets bonked. I think that is Lopez's path, because if it goes 25 minutes, Volk is going to be winning. So Volk can grapple a bit. I know he didn't have much success in the first fight, but he just uses it to grind on guys, and I think he's going to do that here. So I like Volk, obviously, with that bet. So yeah,
that would have been consensus, but we're not trying to mush.
We're trying. We'll see if it matters. Oh man, but yeah, that'll do it for the second card on Paramount. Next week we have 2 good fights. 2.5 good fights. Lope Dog, the Gooch, and Michael Oluwakandi. That's the half there. I mean, that's not bad. The rest is what you would expect. Is the jail man on this card? I'm looking at the old Wikipedia, and it says that's a real announced bout, but they don't have it on the actual card. So Cunha versus the jail man. We'll see if the jail man can possibly be more boring than he was last time. Man, what a waste. We thought he was gonna be the jail man, and he just turned into something much far.
34 now. 34 years old now.
Sad.
I'm curious.
Just gotta throw fucking ground and pound, man. It's so tough to watch.
I'm curious to see how the Paramount Plus runs this week. What kind of changes they kind of make. The delay was absolutely there.
That's staying. It was
bad.
I get that satellite feed, son.
But they were playing commercials through walkouts. People aren't used to this on pay-per-views, because you always got that when it was on like ESPN Plus. But pay-per-views, you get the live feed all the way through.
Get it clean.
They're doing that. They popped a commercial one time during introductions, during Bruce Buffer introduced, I think it was Black Beast they popped, but they have a quad cam on there that stays live. You get the walkouts, everything stays live.
It just sucks, because
you shouldn't have to do that. You should not have
a quarter of the screen or less.
You shouldn't have to flip from the quad to stay live between fights and walkouts and shit, and then have to flip back to full screen to get.
That's what $9 a month gets you, Wes. That you just
and then of course shit stained Dana goes out there and was like, they asked him about all the commercials and the cuts through the walkouts, and he's like, well, you're only paying them $9 a month. They got to make money. I'm like, are you fucking sick? Yeah, Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison's got to make money. Like the fifth richest man on the planet. He's fucking doing horrible getting these $9 a month subs. You know,
Jesus Christ,
fucking rich people.
Amazing. So yeah, we got a couple fights next week. So we'll tread through the slosh and enjoy a couple guys we really like, and good luck to all who have bets. We'll try to you're too shitty. We'll leave that for later in the year, and we'll see you